Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video. This is just going to be a super quick one as this really came out of the blue, but TF2 have just dropped their summer 2021 update. Obviously we all knew this was coming at some point within the next few weeks, and it's finally dropped and it's looking good, but it's not necessarily just a summer update. As I'm about to show you now, they've also kind of taken an approach to getting rid of the big bot problem. So as we can see here is the update page. Apology, I'm recording this in Streamlabs, so apologies for the border and stuff. But as you can see, the update says as follows. So added the summer 2021 cosmetic case, which includes 18 items and 6 new effects. Pretty standard stuff. I'm pretty sure all new cases or every new case and cosmetic sort of collection that's been added recently has also included new unusual effects. They are just being released in abundance right now. We're seeing a ton of new effects. I'm super intrigued to see what they are. So if you guys would like to see a video on that, let me know down below, and I can definitely make a video just going over all the new cosmetics and effects if you guys want to see that. Numerous security and stability improvements. It's kind of vague, this note. I don't really understand why they didn't go into detail and say what security and stability improvements, but you can't complain, and it's nice to see that. Or added a cooldown before a player can create a vote when they join a match. So SV_join_, well, the console command for it controls the grace period after the match starts before the cooldown is applied. The default is 90 seconds. That's a pretty interesting one, because as you guys know, this is predominantly to combat the bots, right? When bots join in bulk, so there's a lot of bots joining, more often than not, you join the game and you just get instantly kicked. So what I'm assuming is if a bot joins a game, or lots of bots join a game at once, there will be a default time, which is either 90 seconds or 5 minutes, in which they can't kick people from the server, which I think is pretty interesting personally. It'll be interesting to see how the bots come around that, because the thing we've learned is Valve keep throwing these things at the bots, the not being able to chat, they start changing their names, everything Valve comes up with to prevent what these bots are doing, bots are finding a way around. But for the meantime, this is pretty promising. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how they work when they literally can't create a vote to kick the normal players from a game. Kick votes will end early and automatically pass if the vote target leaves the match during votes. Now once again, specifically targeted towards these bots. I'm sure you guys are familiar where a bot will join a match and people realise it's a bot because, well, they're spinning around shooting everyone and spamming voice commands, noisemakers, that kind of stuff. Naturally, you'll go to vote kick them and they leave the match before the vote kick can pass. If a bot leaves during a vote that's been placed on it, the vote will automatically pass, meaning they shouldn't theoretically be able to rejoin the server, which is actually really good. Added a convar to control players changing their name during a match. So TF_allow_player_name_change default is 1. Matchmaking servers will set this to 0, which is again really good. Bots more often than not have some sort of script set up to where they can change their name to match other players in the server. So you never know if you're kicking an actual player or a bot. It's just a 50-50 toss up. But bots can't change their name anymore, so it will be pretty evident whoever joins can no longer change their name and appear as someone else or have their name as something offensive. I mean, that happens a lot. So hopefully that's definitely a step in the right direction, and bots in servers will be stuck with the same name, which makes it much easier to deal with. Updated the player list in vote kick dialogue to show the time each player has been connected to the server. So once again, to combat the sort of bots appearing as someone else, you can see who's been in the server longer. So the chances are the person with the fewest time in the server is going to be a bot, right? Because they've joined and instantly changed their name to someone else, so it makes it much easier to distinguish who's the bot that's just joined and starts messing everyone up, or who's the actual genuine player. So that's a pretty good contribution there. Once again, it's going to be interesting to see how impactful this actually is. Remove the disconnect reason from the message when players leave the server. I don't really understand this one. That seems a bit pointless, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, why? Why? Why is that a thing? Why did they remove it? Was there something wrong with it? I don't know, man. Updated the man vs machine inspect command to only work for players in your party or in your friend's party. So more often than not, there's a group of MVM players going around. I'm not sure what they're called. I don't want to give them attention or whatever, but they essentially kick you if you're not making the right upgrades, right? They'll inspect you, see you haven't necessarily upgraded the meta thing and instantly kick you because they just want to speed through the game as quick as possible. It makes it much harder for new players to learn because they don't often get to stay in games for the full duration. So now people can't see what upgrades you have, which means you can go in, upgrade whatever you like, and no one will be none the wiser. So you upgrade that Girardi throwing speed, you upgrade the Kukri hitting speed, and no one will be none the wiser. Well, not a lot of people play Sniper and MVM anyway, so maybe they might be a bit the wiser. Move materials from the community particle effect into the effects workshop subfolder, and then just like a few, you know, added some tournament medals, updated the localization files, updated process, and updated snake water. Also guys, just as an editor's note, I realized this when I was editing the video. I just saw this tweet by Uncle Dane that says, apparently, whether it was intentional by Valve or not, today's TF2 update crashes the tool that the vast majority of bot owners use to maintain cheater bots, so enjoy the undisturbed casual service for now. So again, this isn't like confirmed, this is literally just a tweet, but I figured it was worth putting in the video anyway, and this could be complete coincidence and just something to do with the tool being bugged or not working with the game's files, but this is kind of pointing towards Valve identifying what software the bot owners are using to create these bots, and somehow closing it down with like a unwritten note coming in the update. So if this is true and this turns out to be like an actual thing that Valve have identified the software that's causing the bots and managed to close it down, this is a massive dub. But overall, that's a pretty good summer update, guys. I mean, let me know what you think down below, but I think it's quite significant to me because it shows they're taking initiative to actually, you know, sort out the bot problem, and not necessarily, I mean, it's such a vague thing to say the bot problem, right? But as opposed to like just trying to stop it all and nip it in the bud, they're coming up with ways that make it easier for you in-game to handle the bots yourself. So I'm kind of weighed up about it, but it's definitely nice to see these changes made, and it definitely makes the overall playing experience a little bit easier and a little bit easier to deal with the bots as well. You know, it's easier to identify them, it's easier to kick them, and it's less likely that you'll get kicked by a bot and their cronies that have just joined the game. So I don't know, I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, it might make casual a bit more playable for like the next week or two until bots find a workaround, but it will be nice to see if the Valve dev team can stay on top and like stay on top of what new workarounds the bots are doing, because as I was saying, there's always going to be some form of workaround, and it's just whether to Valve to take initiative and stay on top of that. But yeah, that's just about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, let me know down below. And what do you think of the update? Do you think it's a dub or an L? I'm going to head off now. I'm going to make a video on all the new cosmetics and unusual effects, so make sure you stay tuned on the channel for that. Make sure you drop a sub if you are new around here. And yeah, maybe some new content coming soon from me. If, you know, TF2 is playable again, that would be great. And yeah, guys, thanks again very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and peace. For us to